Hi, I'm Tom from Greenway. We're here with Erin Carvelli, one of our branch managers, and we're going to do some rapid fire questions. So I think the audience would like to know a little bit about you, where you came from, how you got here, and I think we'll start with a nickname that you've gotten over the years called Erin the Expert, or ETE. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about that and how you got that name?
So let's see. One of my loan officers gave me that name years ago. She's someone I've been working with for a long time, and whenever she had a question, she gave me a call. I'd always have an answer, and it was always the right answer and helped her and her clients to get a job done.
Can you expand a little bit more on that?
Sure, Tom. I have a lot of experience in the industry. I've been a processor, I've been an underwriter, I've been a loan officer, and now I'm a branch manager. I've kind of seen the business from every angle, and because of that, I have so much experience with guidelines, qualification, rates, what the market's doing, and the best way to help a client obtain home ownership.
All right. So, next question would be, as a branch manager, what does that mean? Like, you know, what does that entail on a daily basis? What do your LOs come to you for? What are your employees? What do you do?
All right, well, good question. My day consists of, first and most importantly, helping my clients because, of course, their mortgages are first and foremost in my mind. But the rest of my day is filled with dealing with a lot of questions that my loan officers might have about their clients. Sometimes they need help structuring deals. They want to know about rates. They want to know what product their client might fit into. That sort of thing, and I don't really know what else.
All right. Okay, so why don't we talk about pre-approval versus pre-approval versus pre-qualification. What does that mean exactly?
That's a great question, and there's a lot of misconceptions about that, even amongst my own staff and loan officers. A pre-qualification is just a very simple, quick process where the loan officer takes initial application or has a quick conversation with the client and kind of qualifies them based off of the information they're giving. Anyone can tell you they make $100,000 a year, their credit score is 800, but in the end of the day, in order to provide a pre-approval for your client, you need to actually verify and validate all of their information. Run a credit report, review income docs, look at assets, and make sure that the borrower is actually really pre-approved for the transaction that they're looking to make.
All right. And how about documentation? What sort of documents do clients need to provide you up front and then in order to get that pre-approval?
Well, the beginning stages are not only about documentation. One of the things that we like our clients to do is to apply through our online application system. If they haven't done that and they're more comfortable talking to either me or to their loan officer, we take a handwritten application. And then based off of the information that our client is giving us, we can kind of determine what documentation they're going to need to provide. We're always going to need a copy of people's identification to prove who they are. We are going to need pay stubs, or if the borrower is self-employed, we're going to need tax returns, W-2 forms, 1099s, bank statements. If they're in a contract, we're going to need a copy of the contract of sale. The other information we're going to need to know is who the realtor is and also who the attorney is that they're using.
So I'm going to give a follow-up question. Once a mortgage is in process, meaning the client has been pre-approved, they've provided you their initial docs, and they are now moving forward with Greenway, what other sorts of documentation will they have to provide?
All right, good question. And I can also tell you right off the bat, it's not only documents that we're going to need from the client directly. A lot of the things will come from third parties. A lot of times we enlist the realtor to get a copy of the contract. If it's an FHA loan, we're going to request a copy of the FHA mandatory clause. It needs to be signed by the buyers, the sellers, both realtors involved. We also need to collect title work from the title company. If you're getting a survey, we're going to need a copy of that. You'll need to provide us with a copy of your homeowner's insurance. And one of the things that trips us up a whole lot is when our processors request a verification of employment form from your employer. That's when you're a W-2 employee, salaried employee, and we need to verify your employment. A lot of times we need to verify income, and the employer is thrown off because we're asking them for some information that they don't have time or want to give, and that's one of the big pieces of documentation that trips us up throughout the process.
Wow, that's a lot of information. So can you just summarize maybe the first 3 steps of the mortgage process and start to end how long a client can possibly expect it to take?
So ideally, we'd like our clients to apply on our website, speak to their loan officer, get pre-approved. That's the first step. Second step, we're going to gather all the documentation, submit it to the processor, who organizes everything, submits it to underwriting for your loan approval. Once your loan is approved, there might be a couple straggling pieces of documentation that are needed. Once those are gathered, loan's submitted for a clear to close, and all of that should take approximately 30 days.
Well, thank you, Erin. I know you're busy, so we'll get out of here. And be sure to check back often on either our website or social media, as we'll be doing more of these interview style in weeks to come.